Well, a lot has changed since I first got started. When I initially tore into this, we had wet spots around the window here and around the door. And I don't remember if I got video of it, but well, the floor, yeah, the floor was kind of rotted too. The floor was rotted around the perimeter, you know, probably about a foot out, and that's as far as the actual subfloor. But underneath, and I think I pointed it out, they have these little, I guess you could call them a joist. It's a 1x3 turned on its side, and you can see here how this 2x, which was a 2x4, I ripped it down to 2 1/4. The 2x is notched out. They're about 16 inches on center, and they run those across the length, 8 foot across, of the mobile home or the RV. And then about every 1.5 feet or so, there is there's one of these. So it's kind of like a crisscross of joists, crisscross of boards to create a structure of somewhat stability. So when you get into your floor, you know, you don't want to cut too much. Obviously, you can go to the natural seams where the pieces of plywood come together, and you know, start there with a piece, or cut it back to where you know you're in the center of a joist. Maybe you want to, you know, just go to there. But anyways, cut it back, see what you're dealing with, and go from there. Once I got the flooring in, I was able to begin this back wall. Nothing's normal sized wood. It's not 2x2, it's 2 by 1.5 inches, and I'm sorry, a 2x2 is 1.5 by 1.5 inches, but it's like 1.5 by 1.25 inches. 2x4s aren't 2x4s, they're 1.5 by 2 1/4. So anyways, get your lumber together and get your saw together, and on this corner here, this corner was gone, and you can see where I've spliced together. I put in a piece on the back side and then screwed this and the top one there into that back one.
Taking your vitamins?
Yeah. Sorry, getting questioned on something. Anyways, like I say, no template to go by, so I tore this side apart a little bit for a template, and of course found some rot in there. It's actually not all that bad. It looks bad, it's discolored. There is some rot right out on the outer edge, but that is not going to get torn into. That will be fine. We'll just make sure it's sealed up. And other than that, kind of getting down to the end of the framing. Need to notch some things out for a little bit of electrical. Windows are all out. Around the windows, they run this little extra piece of, that's going to be like 1/8 inch. Well, it's probably the paneling that they used. But they run that around the perimeter, probably to give some extra support under the aluminum siding. So I'll have a little bit of work to do there on both of the windows. And so hopefully by tomorrow, I'll have everything done on the outside and insulated and ready to figure out what we're doing for paneling on the inside.